Welcome to this explainer. There are two VR golf games on Quest 3 that people literally can't stop playing right now, Walkabout Mini Golf and Golf Plus. One is a whimsical mini golf experience, and the other is a full-blown golf simulation. Both are widely considered absolute essential Quest 3 experiences. So today, let's find out which one actually belongs in your library, or honestly, whether you just need both. Okay, let's dive into this. Because, at first glance, comparing a mini golf game to a full PGA-style simulator might seem a bit like comparing apples to oranges. But in the spatial computing landscape of the Quest 3, these two titles represent a massive, ongoing debate about what virtual reality should actually feel like. Do we want a relaxing, physics-based party game that completely defies reality? Or do we want a hyper-accurate sports simulator that mimics it perfectly?
Here is our quick roadmap for today. First, we'll look at the Quest 3 Golf Duel. Second, Walkabout the Social Champion. Third, Golf Plus, the Ultimate Simulation. And finally, we'll wrap up with our head-to-head verdict.
Starting off with Section 1, the Quest 3 Golf Duel. To really understand this rivalry, we first have to recognize that the virtual golf market on the Quest 3 is basically a highly competitive duopoly. And it makes sense, right? Golf is just uniquely suited for spatial computing. You literally stand in one place, you look down, and you swing a controller that feels remarkably like a club grip. Well, these two titans have capitalized beautifully on this natural physical translation, and they boast over 1.5 million copies sold. That is huge! But honestly, that is exactly where the similarities end, because they execute completely contrasting design philosophies to capture very, very different consumer demographics. Let's move into Section 2, Walkabout the Social Champion. Welcome to the vibrant, sun-drenched, low-polygon world of Walkabout Mini Golf. Developed by Mighty Coconut, this isn't just a sports game. It is widely considered the absolute gold standard of VR social gaming. And a huge reason for that is their core design philosophy. See, Mighty Coconut leverages a 10-year background in Hollywood visual effects to prioritize something they call placeness. Their course design is clever, it's expansive, and occasionally it's a little mischievous. Their senior art director actually explains that they hop into a VR design tool called Gravity Sketch, and they build a fantastical, properly scaled world first. Only after that world feels totally alive do they figure out how to weave 18 mini-golf holes through it. This is exactly why courses like the Cinematic Passport Hollywood or the cozy Dockside of Blocoven feel like actual, cohesive, explorable narrative environments. And this brilliantly illustrates why Walkabout is so incredibly successful. It's completely designed to remove friction. They utilize this really clever grip-to-putt system where your club is completely transparent until you hold the grip button. This prevents accidental taps and perfectly accommodates the Quest 3's downward-facing tracking cameras. Plus, they pack the courses with cooperative scavenger hunts for hidden balls and custom putters. But the real genius? The guest pass system. If you own a paid DLC course, literally any of your friends can play it with you for free. It is the ultimate party trick. And this sentiment echoes across the entire VR community. Walkabout isn't just a game, it's a dedicated hangout space. It works flawlessly as a party game on standalone hardware with zero PC required. It gives you this incredibly frictionless environment for multiplayer trash talk, catching up with family across the country, or honestly, just relaxing in a beautifully stylized physics sandbox. From a pure value perspective, Mighty Coconut actually recently restructured their pricing. The base game is now $24.99, which folds in several of the older DLCs, while ongoing new courses remain at a highly accessible $4.99. So for a casual player looking for maximum social fun and incredible artistic variety, it is an absolutely exceptional value proposition. All right, executing a hard pivot here to Section 3, Golf Plus, the Ultimate Simulation. So what if you aren't looking for a whimsical party? What if you actually want to grind out your handicap? We are shifting away from the low-poly fantasy of Walkabout straight in to the high-stakes, photorealistic world of Golf Plus. Now, what's really interesting here is the massive shift in priority. Developer GolfScope utilizes photogrammetry to meticulously recreate real-world championship courses. They've built what they call the High Precision Control, or HPC system. Guys, this isn't a simple physics sandbox. This engine actively calculates your swing speed, club face angles, and path to simulate complex, highly realistic ball flight mechanics. You can intentionally hit draws, fades, flops, and stingers. It's wild. Golf Plus caters heavily to the hardcore enthusiast. The game features over 40 courses, including stunning real-world locations like St. Andrews, right alongside breathtaking originals like their brand new cloud-scraping Dynasty course. They've even introduced this highly social multiplayer practice lobby where you can hit balls on the driving range while watching a built-in YouTube player with your friends. And they are not slowing down. They have an aggressive roadmap with 12+ new courses planned in 2026 to push the simulation even further.
But hey, a quick word of warning for the real-world golfers out there: because the simulation is so incredibly close to reality, but the weight of a controller is obviously different from a real club, your muscle memory can get a little confused. The community is full of hilarious anecdotes just like this one, basically warning that a heavy VR binge might temporarily mess with your real-life swing when you get back out on the actual grass.
Which perfectly brings us to hardware. In Walkabout, just swinging the standard Quest 3 controller is perfectly fine. But in Golf Plus, if you want to hit straight drives consistently, the community heavily recommends purchasing a physical VR club attachment from brands like Yezro or AMVR. Adding that physical weight and grip length completely transforms Golf Plus from a video game into a legitimate sports simulation tool. Because it targets a premium sports audience, Golf Plus uses a fairly different monetization model. The base game is $29.99, and that gets you 3 courses right out of the gate. To access the massive expanding library of premium real-world courses, players can either buy them individually or opt into the Golf Plus Pass for $9.99 a month. Yes, it's an investment, but for dedicated fans who want a true home simulator experience, it is just a tiny fraction of the cost of real-world green fees. Let's move to and see how this builds our final section, the head-to-head verdict.
First up, we need a quick technical reality check regarding the Quest 3's inside-out tracking. Walkabout short putting motions keep your hands right in front of the headset's cameras, which results in nearly flawless tracking. Golf Plus, however, requires a full golf swing. If your backswing goes too far behind your head, the controllers temporarily leave the camera's view, and that can cause some tracking glitches. High-level Golf Plus players actually have to train themselves to use slightly shorter, more controlled backswings just to accommodate the hardware.
So when we tally the final scorecard, the divide becomes crystal clear. Walkabout is the undisputed winner when it comes to pure, frictionless social fun, free versus paid content, and flawless Quest 3 standalone performance. It is literally a masterpiece of optimization. Golf Plus, on the exact other hand, takes the crown for solo depth, simulation mechanics, and giving serious golfers a legitimate place to grind their stats. Both offer incredible replayability, but they ask very different things of the player's wallet and time. So the crucial point here is matching your own specific player profile to the right game. If you are a casual gamer, maybe looking to play with your spouse, or you just want a lively space for a group party night, Walkabout Mini Golf is your undisputed champion. But if you are a core VR enthusiast, a real-life golfer looking to practice during the off-season, or someone who loves the absolute grind of dedicated league competition, Golf Plus is the ultimate destination on standalone hardware. These 2 titles definitively prove that spatial computing isn't a one-size-fits-all medium. They take the exact same physical motion and build 2 entirely different universes around it. So, which side are you on? Walkabout or Golf Plus? Or are you a golf VR purist who plays both? Let the comments decide the winner. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I will see you out on the virtual fairway.